Hi everyone, this is Gail and welcome to my channel tonight. We are going to have a women's trivia night about 10 women explorers. And I hope y'all just relax and have a good time. I try to do something like this every year for Women's History Month. And there is a blog post that goes along with this, which is linked down in the description box. So I'm not sure how long my voice is going to hold out. So we just have 10 questions tonight. I am still recovering from COVID. Ugh. And so, yeah, here I am. We're going to hop on this. And if I should start coughing or something, I'll just have to suddenly mute the microphone or step away or something. But I didn't want to disappoint you all because you were so awesome to hang out with me through so much stuff. And somebody messaged me saying that there's a package at the mail drop, and I have just not been there yet. In a little over a week, I have been mostly confined to home with this stuff. But anyway, so we're going to, Valerie Reese is already here. Hi, Valerie. How are you? Welcome tonight. Laurel Stewart's here. Hi, Laurel. Welcome. It's good to see you both. Sorry for the quick time change there. I've been having tech trouble since about, little after 7. So I had to start at 8 tonight instead of at the regular time, which is usually 7:30, as you all know. So thank you all for being out here. Okay, so let's look at a couple of things here. Our first trivia question is one that's really, really easy. I'm pretty sure everybody's going to get this one. Who was the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean? Now, I've got 3 options for you. Okay. Amelia Earhart, Bessie Coleman, or Harriet Quimby. Okay. Will it help if I put those? I'll put those down in the box here. That might help. Okay. So it's Amelia Earhart, Bessie Coleman, or Harriet Quimby. This is one that everybody's going to get. One, yes, Valerie Reese has it. It is Amelia Earhart. Yeah. So there you go. She's already got it. So yay, good for you. Okay, so number 2, also in the line of aviation. Oh, okay, Candy says that she's now on Candy's page, and she says Amelia. Yep, both you ladies got it. So awesome. Okay, so our second one, question number 2, is which African American woman was a pioneering pilot and stunt flyer in the early 20th century? Who might that have been? And your 3 choices for this are doesn't want to all post here. There we go. Here's your choices. A, being Mae Jemison, B, being Bessie Coleman, and C, being Katherine Johnson. Which one do you all think? I can tell you she was an early American civil aviator and was the first African American woman and the first Native American to ever hold a pilot license. She earned her license from the Fédération Aéronautique Internationale on June 15, 1921, and was born into a family of sharecroppers. Does any of this help you guess? Bessie Coleman, it is, for the win. It is indeed. And in a little known fact, let me pull something up for you. Bessie Coleman actually has a quarter. Yep, she has been commemorated on a quarter put out by the U.S. Mint. I don't know if you all have seen it, But there she is. It's got, the traditional quarter half on one side, and then it's got Bessie Coleman on the other side. Not a commercial for the U.S. Mint, but that's where you can get the quarters. And yeah, it's really interesting because it's got her design on the back, and she's flying there. So yeah, I just thought you'd enjoy that little piece of extra trivia as well. The Women's Quarter series just came out a couple of years ago. It's a 5-year series. So yeah. So yeah, it is. It's nice that they've done that. They all of the quarters celebrate women, and we're going to be talking about more of that next week on the live stream. We're going to have some fun then too. So all right, so we're going to switch it up just a little bit and go from aviation to mountain climbing. Flip over here. So, who became the first American woman to reach the summit of Everest? Was it, I'm going to put these in individually here. Was it A, Junko Tabei? Hope I didn't butcher that too much. Anne Bancroft? Or was it Stacey Allison? Who do you all think? Who became the first American woman to reach the summit of Mount Everest in 1975? Okay. Who have we got frantically typing in for the answer? This woman it's relatively recent. Actually, when you look at the whole continuum of women explorers, this woman did it pretty recently. And it is Stacey Allison. Yeah, she was born in 1958 in Woodburn, Oregon, and is the first American woman to reach the summit of Mount Everest. And she did that on September 29, 1988. So a little bit more recent. We tend to think of explorers, exploring women as being like pioneer days and before 1800s and so forth. But nope. Nope. It's happening in a little bit more modern times. And this next one is also one that is a little bit more modern. And that is what American explorer was the first woman to reach the North Pole without resupply in 1986. So she was pretty recent. And your choices there are, I'm just going to go ahead and type them in, even though A is not showing up. Okay, the choices are Anne Bancroft, Sylvia Earle, or Barbara Hillary. Who might that be? Yep, American woman explorer, first woman to reach the North Pole without resupply. It just kind of boggles my mind that anybody at all was able to get to the North Pole, Okay. All right, let's see. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, we're going to go in that. Sylvie, Barbara. Well, we're going to share the screen here. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, the first woman to reach the North Pole did so with 5 other team members using log sleds, and it was Anne Bancroft, born in 1955. We'll pull up Britannica on that too. First person to participate in and successfully finish several arduous expeditions to the Arctic and the Antarctic. She must have been a really incredible woman, because what some people don't realize is that she actually struggled with a learning disability. She graduated and became a PE teacher, a coach, and then a wilderness instructor in St. Paul, Minnesota. But then she had the opportunity to join the International Polar Expedition, and there she goes. She resigned from her teaching, and yeah, they departed, and she made it. So it's a huge accomplishment, not just for it to be an accomplishment for women anyway, but for her to overcome the disability and the challenges there, because even though it's a learning disability, that impacts every area of your life. You can't read the manuals necessarily and prep up like you should if you don't understand what you're reading. So, yeah, really, I just thought that was a really neat thing. So, yeah, okay. So, are we ready for number 5? Okay, here we go. Going from Anne Bancroft, talking about exploring, she faced so many weather conditions. So, we're switching over to the first female chief scientist of NOAA. And who might that be? Your choices are da-da-da. Okay, so your choices are, well, who is often called her deepness for her work as a deep sea explorer and was the first female chief scientist of NOAA. And it's either Sylvia Earle, Eugenie Clark, or Rachel Carson, sorry. Wrong name there. So who do y'all think this one might be? I love researching these every year because there is such a depth. It's just so fascinating what women have accomplished. And I think some of our accomplishments sometimes get, kind of pushed aside and stuff. Rachel? Okay, let's go over here and see. Dun, 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 dun. How about Sylvia Earle? Referred to rather as her deepness, the National Geographic Society Explorer in Residence, Dr. Sylvia Earle, holds the record for the deepest walk on the seafloor and is a world-renowned expert in marine biology. The first woman to lead the NOAA administration, Earle advocates for ocean conservation and education. Now, out from this, I really think that when it comes to talking about deep sea exploration and diving, and maybe not quite deep sea, but just general diving, our channel has someone in here tonight who is in the chat room who can do just all of it. Ta-da! Valerie Reeves, it is all about the adventure. She does these amazing things. And Valerie, I just think that is the coolest thing. I would love to go diving sometime. So anyway, all right. Let me get this one. Okay. Here we are. Which woman led archaeological and ethnographic expeditions in the Americas and documented indigenous cultures in the early 20th century? Who would have done that? Is it, I'm going to type these in individually there. Is it Eunice Mexia, Mary Leakley? Or is it Margaret Mead? And Valerie says it is a wonderful world underwater. And you bring that out in your videos. Because it looks amazing. Okay. Pull this in. Okay. Okay, let's see. Eunice Mexia was a Mexican-American botanist, notable for her extensive collection of specimens of flora and plants originating even in Colombia, Mexico, and Peru. And she had a huge collection of specimens. She lived from 1870 to 1938. And she had to travel significantly in the various expeditions in the Americas to be able to do this. So, yeah. Okay. All right. Now, this one is another one that I just loved. I'll pull this in. We're going back to cold weather on this one. Who became the first African American woman to reach the North Pole at the age of 75? I just couldn't believe this. And this is, your choices are Anne Bancroft, Barbara Hillary, or Harriet Tubman. I tried to put in an easy one in this for you because we've already talked about Anne Bancroft. And we know Harriet Tubman was famous for the Underground Railroad, right? And so that just leaves one. And that one is Barbara Hillary. I just can't imagine doing this at 75 years old. You know? So I'm going to pull this up. I'm just going to go to Wikipedia on this one. Yeah, you all got it? You're on top of things? Take my hat off to you. There's a lot of things that I can imagine about being 75, but this kind of feat is not one of them. Just saying. And she just passed away like in 2019. June 12th, 31 to November 2019, she was an American Arctic explorer, but also a nurse, publisher, adventurer, and inspirational speaker. She was born in New York City. She attended the New School, it said, from which she earned her bachelor's and master's degrees in gerontology. Following her education, she became a nurse as well as founding the Averine Action Association and the Peninsula Magazine. In 2007, at the age of 75, Hillary became the first known Black woman even to reach the North Pole. She reached the South Pole in January 2011 at the age of 79, becoming the first African American woman on record to make it there and simultaneously the first Black woman to reach both poles. Following her adventures to the North and South Poles, she became an inspirational speaker, addressing such organizations as the National Organization for Women. Isn't that amazing? I don't know about that. You know, that would just, I don't know. Do you all ever dream of doing something just out of the box like that when you're 75? That just, when I heard that, I was like, oh, I got to put her in this trivia because it just blew my mind. How about you all? Okay, so let's go on to the next one. We're going back to aviation on this one, okay? And that is, which American pilot was the first woman to earn a pilot license in the U.S.? It was in 1911. Was it Harriet Quimby, Amelia Earhart, or Bessie Coleman? Valerie says, whoops. Valerie says, I hope I'm still very active when I'm 75, but I feel like I'm falling apart already. I understand that. Yeah, totally get that. I do totally get that. It's all right. So who was this, you all? Are you ready? Okay, we're going to history and headlines for this answer. Harriet. Yes. Another one for Valerie for the win. It was Harriet Quimby, first American woman to get a pilot license. And the brief history it gives us is, on August 1, 1911, Harriet Quimby of Michigan became the first woman in the U.S. to be awarded an aviator's certificate by the Aero Club of America. She had become interested in aviation and started flying in 1910 after working as a New York theater critic and screenwriter for 7 Hollywood silent movies, all directed by the famous D.W. Griffith. But she became the first woman in history to fly across the English Channel in 1912, with her accomplishment being overlooked by the sinking of the RMS Titanic, which happened the day before she flew across. So, yeah, I mean, can you imagine going from silent movies to being a famous pilot? Like, whoever, how could you even associate those, you know? So I just thought you all would be interested in knowing that. All right, number 9. And this kind of surprised me too. This one coming up, we're going to go talk about hiking, and we're actually talking about like one of the most visited national parks too, and that is the Grand Canyon. Let's see if I can pull up a photo of it. And yep, here we go. All right, so who was the first American woman, to explore the Grand Canyon on foot? She documented her journey in the early 1800s. Late 1800s, 1892. Who was the first woman to explore it on foot? Was it Isabella Bird? Or was it Mary Coulter? Or could it have been Helen F. Morrison? Who could it have been? Excuse me. Isabella Bird, Mary Coulter, or Helen Morrison. Let's go find out. Ah, if I can get the thing to type in here. All right, now, computer, come on now. Okay, interesting. This is not, I should have written down the link. Because now I don't see the link that I had, and this is giving me a different answer. Interesting. Okay. Excuse me. Helen F. Morrison is what it's giving me. And that matches what I had. So we're going to go over there and we are going to check this out. Yep. This says Helen F. Morrison was the first American woman to explore the Grand Canyon on foot, and she documented her journey in 1892. Then it says, however, other notable explorers include Elzada Glover and Lois Jotter, who were the first non-Indigenous women to raft the Colorado River in 1938. So they came along later. But the Grand Canyon is just, as you all know, it's in a phenomenal place. We actually went several years ago. This is a picture my husband took. We're looking out from the overlook, and it was really, really hazy and cloudy, and there was some smoke in the air that day. But even with that, it was so beautiful. And let me show you what happened to us on our very first trip to the Grand Canyon. Now, this is going back quite a ways. This is Stellar Piper and my younger daughter. And you see how the ground is all white? Well, this being an older photo, I wasn't able to bring out the color and so forth that I wish I could have. But the ground is white because when we were there was a tornado warning, and it had hailed so much that even though we're in the desert, even though we're at the Grand Canyon, it turned the ground white. This is hail that my kids are holding there at the Grand Canyon. Definitely not something that we expected at all. So I thought that was a little intriguing there. Excuse me. Hey, who all have we got? We have been joined now by some other folks. So hi and welcome. Hey, y'all, don't forget to give me a like on the video, please. We have Justice for Zion Puppy. And Candy's here. Okay. Oh, Peter's here? I missed you. Where are you, Peter? There you are. Hi, Peter. Welcome. Are you doing okay? I hope you're doing all right. And let's see, we've got Marketplace Boutique. So hi, you all. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our trivia tonight. Peter is okay. I'm glad. That's good to hear. That is good to hear. And I've got one more. Y'all who are new, I am getting over COVID, still dealing with it. So that's why my voice is a little scratchy. So if you can't understand me, let me know, because that's why. All right. And my last trivia question for the night is, which American explorer and naturalist documented and protected the Florida Everglades, earning the nickname the Mother of the Everglades? Was it Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, Harriet Quimby or Sylvia Earle? And if you've been listening, I think you've got this. Okay. Who might it be? Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, Harriet Quimby, or Sylvia Earle? Peter saying B. Candy saying Harriet. I'm going to type this in because I accidentally closed my thing. That would be, dun, dun. Excuse me. Okay, here we go. All right, here we are. It's Marjorie Stoneman Douglas. She was an American journalist, an author, a women's suffrage advocate, and a staunch conservationist. Known for her defense of the Everglades against there was efforts to drain it, to try to reclaim the land, and so forth. And she was really a one-woman force that kind of stopped that, and that's how we have the Everglades that were saved and protected. So don't ever doubt that one person can make a difference, because they can. And I think all of the women on this list made a difference in one way or the other in their own lives and all of ours, or we wouldn't be talking about them, right? Right? So, yeah, hang on a second. So there you go. That's my trivia for the night. So, wow. Well, I hope everyone has had a great week, and I hope you all continue to do so. Okay, I'm not sure what we got there. I'm gonna go over to YouTube, see if I can see this, because I'm looking on the StreamYard end, and which I continued their stuff for a little while longer. So let me see if I can go into the YouTube end and pull it up to see what that graphic is. All right, now. Sorry about this. Okay, there we go. I see it now. That's a cute graphic. Thank you. You have to work tonight. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm glad you're getting to, though, actually. Yeah, Firehouse subs are good. I met the big guy one time, Chris, that's over Firehouse subs. I got to meet him. That was really a fun thing. He had quite the personality there. He's quite the character. Yeah. All right. Well, I want to thank you all for coming out tonight. My air is petering out, so that's the way it goes. But thank you all. Hopefully, I'll be even better next week as we, proceed through this whole COVID crud thing. I am doing better. This COVID hit me similarly to the first time that I had COVID, where I landed in the hospital. And my O2 sats have been down, but even with the antivirals and the steroids and antibiotics and the extra inhalers and stuff, it's still wanting to hang around 92, 94. So not as bad as it was. It's up, and we're going to continue that improvement. All right, you all. And let's see. Even better free, I work at a firehouse. Cool. Absolutely cool. Candy says, I sent a message on Messenger. Please keep me in your prayers. I will. Definitely will have you there. And I'm late with that, and I'm sorry, but happy birthday belated. I will not sing to you. I will spare you all that. But happy birthday belated. So yeah. Oh, Valerie had Subway for dinner. That sounds good. That sounds good. We went out. I am not contagious. My husband's not contagious now. So we went out for groceries first time in over a week that I've been out, and I was like, he sent him in for the groceries and stuff, and I was like, we just went over to the Chinese restaurant and got some stuff and brought it home. And oh my gosh, after being, even though you're eating at home, after you've been, you feel like you're kind of been out, you know? Unbelievable. Oh, wow. Valerie's mom turned 92 on March the 6th, too. March the 6th obviously was a good day. Just saying. Okay, you all, will go out and have a great week. Don't get into too much trouble, okay? And I will see you all Saturday at 7:30 right here, okay? Y'all take care. Good night.